strategies for digital transformation. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. So what are the 10 strategies for digital transformation? And this is not for overall business, but we are talking about teams. So what should we do when we look at teams that are going digital? Okay, so let's do the first one is hiring. The hiring has totally changed, and there are very good hiring strategies that are there in the market. Like for instance, job sites. You can start, using the online portals to recruit people. Even job sites like Indeed, for example, of late we also showed you how to use websites like Indeed to recruit people. Even there, surprisingly, they've listed work from home options. So whenever you're posting some job or opening, you can even use work from home, part-time, all those options are available. Assessment, even you don't have to assess, you can actually let the assessment to do the third party do the assessment for you. Like suppose you want to recruit somebody who's good with communication, the website itself can check on their communication skill, and the website can update you as well. So that's possible. And second, you also have the interview. Should people really come into the company for the interview? It's definitely not required. You can actually start having even things like group discussion can be done on Zoom call these days. So why should is it really needed for us to do it? You can think, because you're putting so much of effort, then finally making people to come to office, they come late, then there is assessment, then you give the offer, they are taking time to delay everything is like a slow progress. So how else can we make it faster so that we're able to assess people and finish the interview also fast? So you can use tools like Indeed for job posting. You can use tools like Calendly. So the HR department can actually have a Calendly thing synced. Suppose right now hiring for marketing. If you wanted to apply for this job, just fill up this form and book an interview slot. So people can book a personal interview slot according to the time frame that you're giving. So it can be actually synced according to your availability. People's slot can be, they can book the slot and they can get interviewed. And you can also use platforms like Zoom for this. Second one is onboarding. So I think gone are the days where we do physical or face-to-face onboarding. It can be digital, like the welcome note for the people, orientation program. Like, can you do a 10 days orientation, 15 days orientation, or even a 1 week orientation is fine, but you need to have a very clear orientation plan, and it can be virtual as well. And your introduction meets, if somebody is joining, if there's a new joining, you can make a Canva poster and put it on the company's WhatsApp group, or you can use LinkedIn and say, we are appreciating so-and-so. We'd like to congratulate this person for joining our company from today onwards. You can just post that. And you can also do introduction live meetings where people are introduced to each other, saying that, this is the day one for this person, just meet with them, greet them, all that thing can be done. Drip content, you can actually drip content, which is every day one video can be released, one email can be released. For example, day one about the company, there can be a pre-recorded video by the management director. Day two, core values of the company, the video can be done by the HR team. Day three, about the markets. So somebody from the marketing team can actually tell about the products we have and the edge we have over the competition. All of that can be done. So it's basically dripping the videos every single day. So 5 days, 5 different videos, 5 minutes each, and the orientation is done. So can we do that? And if you're living in this era, and if your company has not done that, you definitely cannot call yourself as a digitally, strong company as well. See, off late people are doing digital marketing. Because we're not getting business, we're doing digital marketing. That's not the way to go about it. Even when everything is going well, if you come into digital marketing, those are the companies who are really growing. So don't come into this onboarding when it is mandatory for you to do. It is not mandatory, compulsory for you to start onboarding tomorrow itself, digital onboarding tomorrow. But if you start doing that, you'll be dominating the space. You'll be growing faster. Who's having good growth in digital marketing? People who started at least 2-3 years ago, they're having very good growth. It's not that if you start today, you'll not grow, but they did it when it was so cheap. Okay. Cost per lead was 5 rupees, 10 rupees 3-4 years back. But today cost per lead is 50 rupees, 100 rupees. So why? Because we didn't start. Now too many people have started. So like that, all these things are going to become trends in the future. So don't wait for too long. Okay, start using that. Drip content. So you can even do email sequences. You can actually do an email marketing sequence. So that this employee is getting 5 emails in 5 days, in which the written format he is getting all the training as well. You can use Zoom apps. You can use YouTube. You don't have to set up a separate software to send the message every day. You can use tools like YouTube. You can use MailChimp. And Zoom apps, again, it is new. Okay. In Zoom, there is something called apps. So you can actually use some apps inside Zoom to engage the learners. So you can use all these things for onboarding. The third one is training. How well can you train people who are coming inside your company? One is iceberg skill competency mapping. Obviously, in the HR success formula, I've actually told you about iceberg skill competency mapping. So can you do that? And you need to, you don't give same training to everybody. That's boring. You need to give same training to everybody only during core values, leadership, all the principles, cultural things. We call it as EOS, Entrepreneur Operating System. There are certain words you want everybody in the organization to know about and to start relating to that word in the same way that you relate to. Okay, but beyond that, don't do separate training for everyone in a common standard. Just start working on a customized platform where you are able to do it along with the iceberg skill competency mapping. 90% is underwater, 10% is above water. So what is above water for a talent? Skill and knowledge. So skill and knowledge is above water. What is underwater? What I think about myself, my self-image, my trait, and my motive in life. So you need to start understanding people's level in the skill matrix and then start training them. Billability. Your training should be focused on billability, not a feel-good factor. Sad truth, I've done enough training for so many corporates around the world. I'm telling you, most people, not everybody, but most people do training programs for a feel-good factor. At end of the day, end of the program, I can make the employees roll on the floor and say, this is the world's best program, and still have them perform badly in the coming years and months. Are we just filling the training calendar? So don't do training for feel-good factor. Start doing training for billability. What is billability? If I train today, can he give me 2x? The ROI, can it be doubled? Can it be tripled? How to get more from them by providing quality training. So it needs to be focused on billability. What is the output? And don't make it so big saying that before training, after training, one measurement. You can do all that. Nothing wrong with it. Just get back to KPI. Simple. Your sales is at 70%. You go to the training and come back and prove 85%. Simple. What is the big deal about before training, after training, assessment and all that? I'm not saying it's bad, but most of the time people make it such a formality thing, and it's not at all practical. It's not at all relevant to what is needed. Okay, before training, employees' morale was down. After training, employees' morale has been improved. We don't want all these stories. Just put that in numbers, quantify it, and SMR, specific measurable result, job done. Okay, so focus on billability. Start encouraging e-learning. Again, it needs to start from you. There are hundreds and thousands of entrepreneurs, but how many of them are actively engaging themselves in e-learning? I'm so glad that you're engaging yourself. If you start, your employees can do this. That's why we've created Train and Coach. There's not only Train and Coach, there's a lot of other platforms. Start using that. You're coming here every week, you're learning something. If you miss the sessions, you're watching the recorded video, you're getting yourself up to date. You're keeping yourself up to date. Even your employees also have drive. They want to know something. They want to know about Excel. They want to know about, systems. They want to know more about using a CRM software. They want to know more about improving communication skills, how to increase sales, how to increase productivity, how to delegate to people, how to be a good team leader. They have all these questions. Engage them, actively engage them with e-learning. That's going to be a robust thing in the future. Certification. You can also start doing some kind of a certification for people. For example, in software companies, they have for you to start working on this project, you need to have that Java certification, that level 1, that level 2. Similarly, start having some kind of a certification requirement so that There is some importance given for training. So train and coach, Skillshare, Udemy, all these are created for that. Again, train coach is us, but you just go and check out Skillshare, check out Udemy. You can also check another website called Coursera. But the only thing with train and coach is it is purely built for engaging employees, who work for companies like ours. Okay, so focused that you can be rest assured that practically things are being covered in train and coach. Otherwise, every website is doing such a great job. Okay, so Udemy is like one of the largest online learning portal. Okay, so Udemy, you can search Skillshare, then you can also search for Coursera. But they're all courses available, not focused for companies' growth, career growth. So train and coach is the only thing that is focused on company growth, career growth. All others have everything. Like you will have a course about how to cook. You'll have a course about communication. You'll also have a course about how to handle your pet. So all that will be there. But train coach is super focused for career growth. So fourth is performance. Even last week, we did a quick review for one of our companies virtually. Okay, it's possible. KPI reviews, even if as a business owner, even if you're sitting in some country and if your people are working from across the globe, you can do a KPI gamification. You can start measuring what matters. It absolutely it becomes a game changer. You create that game culture, but whatever happens, hell or high water, whatever happens, you need to ensure that the KPI reviews are being done and you're chairing that particular meeting. Okay, you need to chair the meet. That's very important. Just be there in that meet. Wherever you are, just take some time, but 1 to 1.5 hours or max 2 to 3 hours, just get that meet done and ensure it is happening every month before 5th. And real-time monthly practice, because all great companies like IBM, Dell, Deloitte, all of them have started something called real-time review and feedback. They said no for performance appraisal once in a month. They wanted to, by the time you tell somebody they are bad, it's too late. Okay, so start working on this. Performance reviews can be done virtually. In the digital era, it makes a lot of difference. If your employee is working from home, can you start checking on them or spying on them every day? Literally not possible. You need to trust them, you need to leave it to them. But at the end of the month, you need to check what's done. Okay, instead of just checking what's done with one parameter, we're trying to check with multiple parameters, 5 to 8 parameters. So that's what KPI review is all about. KPI gamification review is all about. Just set it up and start taking it to the next level. Now, how do we do employee engagement? Quite sadly, many people think employee engagement means taking them out for a dinner, for a lunch, conduct some games. Boom, we are done with the employee engagement. No, that's not how it works. Employee engagement means when employees are really actively involved in work. They just, Monday morning, they don't feel irritated. Okay, they need to feel, wow, I've got a job to do. I love my company. I love my customers. I love my team. I just love to serve for this company. They need to be actively, voluntarily, be happily volunteer and give their best. So start using tools like career ladder chart. I know most people will not implement career ladder chart fast because, if you implement KPI, you'll get fast results. So you'll implement. If you implement CLC, your employees will be really happy. But CLC doesn't do any good for business owner, but it does a lot of good for employees. The best way to say I love you to your employees is to declare your career ladder chart. So when are you going to say I love you to your employees is my question. Start thinking on that. Okay. Start working on rewards. There are companies who even do rewards for Kaizen activity. Kaizen is basically continuous improvement. Like in Colgate and all, they used to say, one employee gave an idea that if we increase the size of the nostril, more paste would come out when we squeeze and all that stuff. So likewise, the best ideas for growth of your organization can come from your own company, your own people. One employee in one company said, let's not buy the waste to wipe. Okay, let's rewash the waste and we can use it. So small things. Okay. So off late in one company, an employee said, in a particular electric component, the bulb is just going off. It's dying in every 3-4 weeks once. And because of that, it's a lot of problems are getting caused. So he suggested a different kind of a bulb, which gave a 1 to 1.5 years life. So small things. We know there is scope for improvement, but our employees know about it. So if you even I think last week when I visited somewhere, a person said in the earlier days when he used to work for a company, even for an idea, they used to give them 50 rupees, it seems. Okay. So I'm not saying you need to do that, but encourage people to give ideas and start rewarding people whose ideas are worth trying. If you try the idea and if the idea is hit, you can even reward something to them as well. So pledge, the daily morning pledge, and start the day with an oath. Sync up meetings, so quick sync up meetings, virtual meetups, all these things would be really increasing in employee engagement, because these days in Zoom the engagement is so high. It will not be there like that always, but the engagement rate is high because you're trying to get people, you're trying to put people on spotlight, everybody is looking at them, they have to speak. It's like they feel it's more like a stage presentation when they're talking on Zoom. But when everybody is sitting on the table, just contributing, that's like just sharing. But when you just put it on Zoom, they feel everybody's watching when I'm talking. So it's kind of a stage kind of a feel is what they get. So you can use Zoom breakout rooms, you can do home tests, health kits. What is this home test? Even that is a good employee engagement. Can you crack a deal with, just a suggestion, okay, so can you crack a deal with a company like maybe ThyroCare or any other company who's doing mass test at home, and crack a good deal for all your employees? I'll be very happy if my company comes to my home, as in my company arranges for a testing center to organize a visit to my home, take my blood and run maybe 30-40 tests and give me my report. It's like a mini health checkup done, but the company does it for me because the company cares for me so much. So all these things are very good employee engagement. Even the employee is working from home, but he's still involved in the company because he's engaged this way. It's a good way to tell them you care for them. And also health kits, like pandemic times and all, can you do a good health kit, like sanitizer, mask? You don't even have to put your logo on it. Just buy something and give them a kit, just give them maybe a Dettol wipes. Hey, we love you so much. Whenever you go meet your client, come back, just clean your gadgets with these wipes. It'll kill the germs. It need not be Dettol, it can be anything, but I'm just telling you. So can we just do all these things so that actively employees are being engaged and they always at the uptime? Okay, so 6th is digital tools. Start using digital tools, outsource versus competency building. So you wanted to do social media ads, or you wanted to start working on Canva poster designs. Like so many people are now using Canva like anything. So you outsource or you start building competency. You hire someone, you pay for a Canva course, send them, get them trained, and let them come back and do the job for you. Even that's possible. So that's competency building in-house competency. And best thing I know, best results are received when you outsource. Like for example, digital marketing and all, you get good results when you outsource it. So find a good vendor, outsource it. But also think of the long term. When I mean thinking of the long term is after 5 years, would you be still outsourcing? I don't know, but most companies are thinking that after 5 years, we might have a big digital team itself because we're looking at a big growth. So you will still be outsourcing, but all the chota mota thing will be done by your team, and all the important ads will be run by your third-party vendor. So you need to build that mix so that there's always a difference that's being tracked as well. So future-driven development. So what are your future-driven development? Like using a data platform, customer data platforms. So cloud servers, what all needs to be used? Do you need to use an ERP? So all those data-driven things can be done. All these things will enable people to do digitally, to really empower them digitally. And I'm not talking about policing, but something beyond that, involvement. You can still track timesheets, okay? You can even track when the employee starts working, when he stops working, what's the per hour productivity, all that is done. A lot of tools are available, but start using those tools, not only to track one thing, but just try to make everything inclusively available so that the employee knows My boss doesn't want to implement ERP to track me. He wants to implement ERP, or she wants to implement ERP so that the company can grow well. So that's what is more important. And creative and fulfilling initiatives. Sometimes employee feels so good when they're having some creative and fulfilling initiatives. Like you make somebody in charge of completing a digital thing. Example, you design Canva thing for company. You are in charge of implementing this task management software for company. So for them, they feel so fulfilled. Okay, fulfilled is that Maslow's hierarchy theory. You remember, the topmost thing a human being can go is a human being gets a feel of, I have these talents and I'm using it for the company, and I'm able to see that convert into results. That's like a fully satisfied, involved employee. So that you can create that kind of an experience for your team, even if your team is virtually working from different places. Data analytics. This is our next thing. Okay. So, like beyond MIS, we need to start working with data analytics. I'll tell you one interesting thing. You can use Canva, Zoho Social, FB, Facebook for business, and Segment. Segment is a new software which will do customer data platform. Customer data platform means how did you get this inquiry? Where did this customer find you? Did you find you in an ad? Did he search and find you? Did he come to the website? The customer's cookie, the website tracking is calculated, tracked, captured, and okay, did he come from LinkedIn? So did you say hi to him? So everything is taken into consideration. So you can actually have a bird's eye view in front of you, knowing that which platform is bringing more traction to me. So that kind of analytics is what I'm talking about. But the interesting and surprising thing that I want to tell you is you can actually go to Zoho Analytics. I think try for the free version and go to Zoho Analytics. Connect that with your Facebook page. And on the other side, select your competitor's Facebook page. Actually, even if you don't have admin access or any access to your competitor's page, but Zoho Social can pull the analytics and it'll give you comparison report. You're posting twice a day. Your competitor is posting thrice a day. Your engagement rate is 45%. Your competitor engagement rate is 75%. Interesting analytics can be done. So wondering what all, is how everything is going to change in the coming days, but gone as in, I'm just reminded of this Chinese or Japanese proverb. I'm not able to, I don't know, but the proverb goes like this: the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, and the second best time to plant a tree is today. So similarly, don't start when everything is becoming so famous and you're almost hitting FOMO, fear of missing out. Everybody except you is implemented, and it's a race. You're trying to catch up. Okay, so it's not that. You need to start working off scale up. You need to start thinking about systems when everything is going well, so that you can even avoid a dip or a down curve for your company itself. Sometimes, most of the time, it's like we go to hospital only when there's a problem. So if you're able to just go for prevention, then there are certain problems which can be avoided as well. So please have that in mind.